welcome. We're here today with Eugene. We're going to be talking about some really cool concepts that we've been exploring together. It's amazing. I'm so excited to share this with
Me
you.
too.
This is Eugene. Let him introduce himself to you.
Hello, friends. I'm Eugene Passofaro, and I'm the lecturer at the Rosenkreuz Institute. And Tara's invited me here to tell you some things we've been discussing for the last 3 days, and having a great time exploring all kinds of new things that we want to share with you today.
We are talking about the Vesica Piscis, and I would like Eugene to explain what that is to him and what that has been to him and how he's discovered this.
Yeah, good. Well, I live on the Colorado River, and this discovery of the Vesica Piscis was really amazing for me. It was quite a journey, in fact, because it involved me discovering through nature, and that's its unique form. I wasn't just reading in books and studying lectures. It was that I was seeing phenomena of nature, like angel beings and nature spirits. Now, I'm not the kind of person that just lays it on someone, say, oh, I hear or see nature spirits. What I really like to do is to take people out with me so that they see what I see and they understand how I understand. And then I feel that that's really the proper way to engage with nature, because it's no use to make anyone doubt or doubt their own power or doubt their own minds. The soul is a sensitive thing and has every possibility to understand and to integrate itself. We just have to get the right perspectives.
Yeah. Will you explain a little bit about nature spirits and what they
Sure.
mean to you?
The nature spirits are like a human being. They're born with tasks, they're born with substance, like hereditary substance we're born with. We get it from our parents. It's not until a human being decides to be himself and to rid himself of the hereditary substance that he becomes really what you would call a human being. Before that, he is a creation of nature and parents and is not himself. He is
And herself.
And herself, yeah, herself. Well, that's a good one, right? So we love that. This is really some of the things that Tara's been showing me over these past few days, is how to use language to activate the latent forces within us, latent cells. So that all of that is feminine biology, because the whole makeup of regeneration or rebirthing is based on that. And I like this, what Tara is showing me, because let me tell you guys, the whole point is the river is water. And when scientists say, oh, all the cells came out of water, well, there's a missing connection there somewhere, isn't it? He's talking about little amoebas and stuff. Well, what does that have to do with you? Person that you are is like a fabric. And so, like a fabric, the whole of your being regenerates. So, you are a being aggregated by nature to take a whole bunch of nature with you. Just a little bit. You're like a river. See, so you have veins of blood in you that are thousands of miles long. See, nature has done this so that you do the work of nature in an efficient way.
So nature spirits, just say just a tiny bit about what exactly they are and how you know when you're in the presence of a nature spirit.
We start with the idea inside of us. We have a good thought. We have a good feeling inside. And you might think to yourself, what happens to my feeling? I'm in love or something like that. And you really love what's going on inside of you. Well, you breathe it out. See, there it goes, right? It's out there. Well, if it were dead, if it were really to die, and it might, and of course, we can think of it as dying. The plants or the water are designed to absorb it, to take it in. They want it. Now, they don't become the love that you are until they put it through a process. So you are actually being prepared by sensitivity to receive your substance as if it's a gift to you out of nature. And if you don't see it as a gift to you out of nature, it's just because you're not really in the process yet. To be in the process, you have to know how the cycles work. See? Because you're going to say, I don't want that. See, and every time you say you don't want that, you're cutting yourself out like as if you could have a hole of a donut without the donut. See, but the fact is, you're never going to have the donut hole. You have to have the whole as the whole in the whole, right? That's the beauty of language. It actually shuts you off to the overthinking process and just puts you right on the track. Fire does that. How do I know when I'm getting burnt? When you jump.
So let's get back to Vesica Piscis.
Yeah, this was a really, really great experience because nature is elevating us to understand something by spirit. You might think, well, how does that fit? What is all that? Well, if the scientists are out there making questions like, what is this? What is that? Instead of like, we know everything, right? Well, that will cause a reaction in nature. In fact, those nature spirits, when they hear people say, we know everything, you can see the nature spirits rolling, laughing. Oh my God, do they laugh? They laugh harder than you ever heard a human being ever laugh. We emanate a lot of thoughts with our scientists or anybody thinking about anything. And it's going to cause the reactions of the spiritual beings, whether we know them or not. They absorb the substance through the channels of nature. But it's slowly becoming very visible that there is this gap that can be gone across, this chasm. And so individual students like myself of nature want to present ourselves to nature and say, okay, these are our questions, and be empty about it, but full. We have a pregnant emptiness there, an emptiness that wants to be impregnated with thought. It's actually indicative of the fact that nature wants or prepares mankind for his next role, which is thinking to help. Now, when we put our thinking in service to nature, what it means basically is that at first we just think we're thinking alone. So when the scientist measures and there's measurements out there to try to figure things out, the nature beings are out there looking at him, trying to figure out how does this fit into the roles of things. See, so then they bring that back to us. So as substance, as actual readable substance. So certain pioneers of the modern day, like yourselves, if you choose to be, you can go out into nature, and if you make yourself properly receptive, in other words, with keywords, you're learning, everybody's learning keywords. Well, this is the path to actually to the nature beings, because they are getting not the word itself, but everything around the word. They're getting all that content, and they feel it as nature, like sunshine, like moisture, or like solidity.
So keywords.
Keywords, yeah.
So you prepare yourself with what keywords when you go into nature? Is that intention?
Yeah, like if you use the word purity, see, you have soul purity, which is more with either with water or with fire. Okay? Mm-hmm. So you know that. You've already been schooled in that. See, when you go on this path, you say, I'm going to purify myself through fire sometimes, and then you say through water. They're very different, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So basically, the next phase is to go into the water and cleanse yourself in your soul, and then you'll know why you have the element of water for your soul in one way and the element of fire for your soul in another way. See, so nature is already preparing our steps, but we're only going the step that we can manage at that moment. Yes. See, so, and if you want it all at once, it's really the wrong way to do it. It's like a child going to school thinking he wants to be in the 12th grade when he's in the first grade. You have that kind of consciousness in the first grade, but somewhere along the line, you might be in the middle, see, of it all, of your learning, and then you do have to do some like checks like around with your environment. Am I okay? Am I on the right path here?
Well, that takes trust and patience and surrender, right?
Absolutely.
And allowing for things to unfold in the exact perfect way that they're supposed to unfold without forcing or without manipulating or trying to fit something into something that doesn't fit yet, because that's the trust in the universe and the divine, I think.
Yeah, these are preparation levels. And the first number one key to your prep level is to come to something truthful, something solid, something you can rely on. If I give a person some task that is impossible for them, I'm really doing them. Maybe I'm tricky. I might be giving them something that advances them because it's all in the design of the moment. But generally speaking, we want to be able to accomplish, and we want to be able to look back on a series of accomplishments. You see, so that what a teacher does is to plot the time. See, and then the student is a little more free to work in that sphere. See, back and forth, and they're freed up. But the points of entry and the points of coming out, the teacher's there. See, like the Indian who's going to teach a white man, for instance, or a black man, either way, maybe a red man too. Okay, or a white man, yellow man, woman. To go up the mountain, right, takes their shoes. See, because they have to stay there. Now, when he feels that's the teacher or she, and ladies, you're doing this all the time. Women in the world are replacing the role of the shaman teacher. I don't know if you realize that. If you really look into the world today, the call of the female is back to her traditional role of gatekeeper, portal keeper. When she took up the role of childbearing, she had the role there. That's initiations. They're just over and over and over again. Psychology, initiations, everything is all built in by nature into a human female.
Mm-hmm.
But now look, when we go out into nature, there is the external feminine. And that's where you've got to get used to it, everyone, males and females. In regards to nature, we're all males. We're all going to nature to get her, to fertilize her, see? And she's got to be open to us. Otherwise, we're disappointed.
So you're saying we're all males when it comes to nature?
Yeah. If you're a student of the spirit, you're male. You've changed yourself from passive to active, so you're pursuing. You want to fertilize, see? So you're going to put the substance out there. You're going to see what happens to it if it grows. See, and she's going to take it. If she doesn't, you're rejected. You got to go find another mate.
So what about Vesica Piscis?
Well, the Vesica Piscis is the symbol of that, what we're just talking about. So we take two principles, male and female, that are in their spheres of development, like man and woman, or male and female. They're in their spheres of development. They're in their working development, is what I mean. Mm-hmm. And so when they come together, as they come together, they create a third principle that forms between them. See? Well, this, which is between them, if they're really careful to understand what it is, it's an allocation of substance that they create between them that is uncreated. So it's really called uncreated substance, you see. So if you make a baby, let's say, from your conjugation, it disappears. You have the child. But if you're in a spiritual relationship, that becomes an impregnable space. See? Because it is a construction. It is the construction of your moments. When that space is shared with nature and you have the proper reflections in your life, maybe you don't have a mate right now, but you have all the memories of it, see? And so the mother of nature, the spirits of nature, if you're a male, she's going to register that. And because you're going to talk to her, you're going to say, oh, I have all these experiences, like I was guilty, or I wasn't I was this way or that way. Was I right? Was I correct? See, and that correcting force are the lenses that form between the two circles. So you get the lens there between. So if you have, that would be what forms between, and that lens is the same as your eyes. Your eyes are formed like from the conjugation of night and day. When I went out to the Colorado River and was learning about these things, I could feel how during the night when the sun was descending over the river, see, and you had this that formed as the surface of the water, and then the color formed over the surface of this water. Our souls are no longer the same. We don't go to the Colorado River to dig up gold and then to, ruin ourselves. We are definitely in a light age, color age. We are offering to nature the same thing nature is going to offer to us. In other words, if I go to an apple tree, if you see it like this, I go to an apple tree, see an apple, it's got a seed in it, and nature's made an apple that tastes terrible, let's say, throw it away. But if she makes an apple that I really like, and she kind of like knows, oh, this is going to be a good apple for you, right? Well, you pluck that apple and you eat it, you are committed, my friends. You are all committed because now you're part of the process. She's going to dream in you. You bit this apple. It's not just an apple. It's not just vitamin A and C and water. It's not just sugar. Everybody looks up and, what is an apple? Scientists trying to figure it out. But in reality, how much effect is it really on you? You dream about it. It's deliciously going in every form. It's transforming you if you let it. See, it's transforming you. And so when you go to the water, like a river, like a great river, like the Nile River, like any river where the teachers have congregated, they all felt this experience. And what is it really? Well, part of it is that when the sun's going down over the river, there's the sphere, see? And the water is going to divide this sphere. So I know the light in the water is different than the light in the atmosphere. Mm. And so that was the first thing the light was telling me. So the light is being laid in the water. And so when you read in the Nile mysteries where Osiris is laid in the waters, the soul is laid in the waters, the rivers, go to the ocean. The ocean is Mary. Mary is the word for ocean. Maria is ocean. Mare. The rivers all go to the ocean, don't they? Mm. See? So the little rivers in the world are also your soul that can't help but when it goes into the river to end up at the initiations of Mary. And this is what the Vesica Piscis is. This is the initiation of Pisces. And so this particular symbol of Pisces, the two fish, see, it are by the ancients showing the path of to the initiate, to the student of the spirit. Come down this path like your ancient forefathers did, like the ignorant that became the wise. See, if you think you're already wise, don't go down this path. Don't listen to me anymore. But if you don't mind being a child a little bit and kind of like exploring, get on the river, get on the boat. So the Vesica Piscis is the experience of your soul moving as a planet through nature into the substance. And then as you merge the substance, there's a part between you and nature that she's going to give to you as a space where knowledge forms. It's a sense organ. Mm-hmm. It's just a sense organ. And
a space where knowledge forms.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Otherwise known as the soul.
My knowledge is an ocean, and I love my knowledge. Mm. My soul is an ocean of knowledge.
Yeah. Endless.
And ocean of knowledge.
Thank you so much for being here. It was amazing to have you, to talk to you, to explore these ideas with you. So beautiful. Thank you for your curiosity. And thank you for joining us.
And thank you, Tara, for inviting me, and I hope to come again and see and talk with everyone again. And I hope you follow, make sure you subscribe here, make sure you hit that button, okay, and subscribe to our videos together.
They're going to be really, and please, teaching and learning is co-creation like always, so let's do it together. So any questions that you want to explore, please comment, write to us. Let's just do this together.
Great.
Yes.
See you then. See you in the next one.